Test, test, test. Hello, hello. Okay. Okay, Frumple TV is now live. And now I have to start the event. I'll do that in a few minutes. I did say 25 minutes past, so just let people pour in here. Hello? Hello? Yes, we're not starting it quite yet. We've got a few minutes to go. I'm just setting things up right now. Okay, event started. Staff, get up here, I guess. Hello, hello.
Guten Tag. Hello. Welcome to the GSM.
Oh, what the heck? Why did it translate my... What language is that?
What the? What is? What?
Looks like Korean?
I don't think that's Korean, is it?
Wow, that's actually so cool.
Okay, well, we have a bot. It does
accurate.
something.
Teams' version is better.
Alright, let's get started. Stream is up, bot is up, AP's going to take minutes. I think we're good. Okay, so welcome to the December 2023 General Staff Meeting, the last staff meeting of this year. Simon is away on a cruise in the Caribbean right now, so I'm going to be running the meeting today, and it's going to be a packed one. So let's start off with announcements from the private portion. There was only one thing, and staff were basically busy looking over Port Sonder, which was our only premier candidate at this meeting. It's by third odd. We looked it over. Unfortunately, the consensus was staffs were... Unfortunately, there's not going to be a promotion. A lot of them, basically all the staff said no to that. However, all the feedback that, at least from what I read, seemed to indicate that Port Saunders is very close to becoming premier. Like, there's just a few little things here and there that need to be worked on before that city can be considered. So, I guess advice to third odd: just work on that and try again next time, and hopefully you'll get in then. So yeah, I'll just be official. It was a vote of 0 to 12. We got a lot of staff voting in this one, so that's a good sign. Okay.
Is the bot working? Okay, no, it is.
Yep. So it only transcribes once I let go of the speak button. So yeah, it just takes it all in. Okay. All right. So that is done. Now we're going to move on to conductor applications. We have 2 applications that we're going to look at: Power Miner and Potato Dum Masala. I have a bunch of absentee ballots. AP, could you just write this down in the minutes quickly?
Yes.
Oh, it might not be in. Why is it not there? Could you just mark down who's attending and who has absentee ballots? I can tell you the absentee ballots right now. This is just for record keeping purposes.
Yes, of course. So in attendance, I can't type and talk at the same time. So
I will. I'll let
just
you know.
put it.
So we have Skelly, DNA, Hut, yourself, Missa, and me. There's some people who are not in here. Foot is here.
Needin was here earlier.
Needin was here. I'll count that as an attendance. And
Dude is still here.
Simon is technically here. He's just listening. So I'll count that. And Zuj is here. Guy, if you're get in the stage.
Speak on stage.
Get on stage. Your staff. People want to look at you and hear you. And absentee ballots. Let's see here. I mean, Simon submitted 1, but I'll count as attendance. Needham submitted 1. Dinty is definitely absentee. Vicky is definitely absentee. And Polo is definitely absentee as well. I think it's everyone.
So absentee ballots without being here. Dinty, Vicky, Pola.
Pretty much, yeah. I think that's all. Is that everyone? We have a sudden nobody's. That's pretty good. Okay. Okay, sorry for the interruption. Back to conductor applications. Let's go through the roll call here. So I'm going to randomize a list of staff. All right, and all right, starting off with Dinty. Dinty has voted. Starting with Power Miner. Sorry, so Power Miner. Dinty is first up, and his vote was. Sorry, I'm looking. Oh, sorry, AP. Can you add 7D as well to the absentee? I forgot him. Almost forgotten.
Yeah.
Dinty
Cool.
is a. Okay, sorry. Okay, back to conductor. Sorry for this. Dinty is a 4 for Power Miner. Skelly.
Neutral.
Skelly's neutral. I am neutral. Foot. You're gonna type it in chat, Foot. We're doing Power Miner first. Foot is neutral on Power Miner. Needin is 4. Simon is neutral. Vicky. Vicky is 4. So I have to scroll. I'm scrolling back and forth here, so there's a lot of absentee ballots. Zooch, what's your vote on Power Miner? Zooch is 4. Hut?
Neutral.
Neutral, okay. AP?
4.
Okay. Missa? Missa's neutral. 7D. Jesus Christ. 7D is neutral. DNA?
That's 4.
DNA's 4, and finally Ampolo. Ampolo is a 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
So that's 7 for, 8 neutral, no against, and no DNVs.
Are you sure it's not 6, 4? I'm counting it up here.
Yes, 6.
6, 4. Yeah, there's only
Apparently I
14.
can't count.
Yeah, there's only 14 staff. So 6, 4, 8 neutral, no DNVs. No against. Why are you guys saying 7, 7? Yeah, oh, hold on. We gotta recount here. Polo was 4. Yeah. Not all the staff are here, but at least everyone submitted an absentee. So basically, everyone's accounted for. So it is 7, 7. Let's start with comments from, I guess, people who voted for. Like, anything you'd like to say? At least people who are here.
Well, I speak to Power quite a lot in voice chat because I think our time zones overlap quite a lot, and I really like Power. I think they're mature. I think they're. I mean, just looking at their town, Serena, I trust them to not do too many land scars around the world. I think they'd be a really good conductor for the server.
And similar here. Like, they've been a very much a long-term member of the server. No trouble there. Got confidence in them.
Yeah, a lot of
We
the
haven't seen any issues at all from Power in the past, so
yeah. I think a lot of the neutrals I'm reading, at least from the absentee ballots too, it's a lot of I don't know that person that well. They haven't interacted with Power because I think Power's in a very specific time zone. I mean that's
yeah, they are.
In that sense, that's understandable. So based on that, like, does anyone want to change their vote at all or add anything else?
I mean, I'm a very, very strong 4 for this. I'll just make that clear, but
7, 7, not. That would be not a promotion. Would correct?
It would not be a promotion. We just need 1 vote to change.
I'll change to 4.
Okay, let's change.
Foot and foot changing to 4.
Oh, also foot. All right. I think it feels very a situation of like, yeah, we'll maybe give him a chance. Okay, don't congrats yet, guys, because someone. It's very possible someone could just like, oh, I don't like my 4 vote anymore. I'm gonna change it. Like, oh. It has happened before, so I mean. Okay, so currently the vote is 9-4-5 neutral. Any other further comments? Any other vote changes? Going once, going twice. Okay. It's so officially Power Miner does pass, so he will become promoted to conductor. Now you can say congrats. Now you can celebrate. Okay, and now moving on to the next, the other candidate, Potato Dum Masala. Going to randomize thing again. All right, starting with actually 7D. 7D voted. 7D voted neutral. For AP to catch up here. Okay. DNA.
Against.
Against. Okay. Skelly. Skelly is against. I am neutral. Simon voted, I believe, neutral. Nope, against, sorry. Simon, unfortunately, I asked you to post your whole thing. Actually, I'll get to you after this. I think about it. Next up is Needon, who voted neutral. Needon voted neutral. Hut?
Against.
Against, okay. Zuj? Zuj is neutral. Vicky voted neutral. Foot. Foot is against. Missa. Missa is against. And Polo voted neutral. AP?
Neutral.
Okay, and Dinty finally. Where's Dinty's vote here? Dinty voted neutral. Yeah, sorry, I forgot to say some things like people. I forgot to say some things about people's absentee ballots, but we already went through Power Miner. Not sure if it makes a difference here. I will say some of the things people said about Potato. I'll start with Simon here. So Simon says, looking through the chat, the in-game chat, I have concerns both over Potato Dum Masala's world editability and his respect for the rules surrounding world edits, i.e. the 10-minute rule. Going back just in the past week, there's multiple examples of world edits being incorrectly set up by Potato, requiring them to be undone and reconfigured, and also Potato requesting help before the 10-minute rule takes effect. He did cite actually specific, he gave me a bunch of Discord links. I'm not sure how I'm going to paste them into chat, but I'll try to figure that out later.
He just pasted them into the chat.
Oh, he did it himself. Okay, thanks, Simon. Okay, that works. So that's Simon's. Let me read some other ones here. Neenan said neutral. Doesn't have experience with Potato. Denty said neutral. Not sure about image maturity, but no examples of immaturity. Vicky said neutral. I'm on the fence about how mature they are, but I'm not as on as much, so she doesn't really know. And Polo said neutral. Very active and nice player. Sadly, I haven't seen him around. Okay, and 7D also voted neutral. So from that, I'm still, even from the neutral votes, I'm seeing a little pattern of maturity. How about the rest of you guys?
Not that it would make much difference, but I'm probably going to switch my vote into against, just hearing that.
Okay. Like, are there any other examples of maturity? Again, keep in mind, it is not so much to criticize Potato, but also maybe just point out things that might help them should they ever try to apply for conductor again, or maybe just in general.
I mean, this probably isn't really relating to maturity, but I know my concerns probably surrounding maybe land scars. I know obviously we don't judge people based on their towns for conductor, but I know within Memphis there's a couple areas which are, there's like quite a large slab of quartz in Memphis, and I worry that maybe in regards to respecting the terrain, that brings up a bit of concern from me.
Okay, that's a fairly valid point, because their town does reflect how they would use world edit. Say, if they had it, how that would affect their town.
It's just judging other people's world edits, whether or not they should do them.
Skelly says, being able to effectively communicate is 100% a necessity to be a conductor. I don't really trust that Potato can do that, unfortunately. Okay. Pro says, I don't know about their world editability, but 5-minute rule stuff when asking for what world edit has happened. I don't mind it myself. I haven't looked at the 10-minute rule as I waive it generally anyway. Okay, so that's a little confirmation that what Simon was saying. Okay.
Yeah, for me, the thing of not knowing world edit that effectively like that's a big part of conductor. If you can't world edit effectively, then I don't think you're suitable to be giving the world edits out.
No, you don't have to be an expert on world edit, but it sounds like the basics are unfortunately not there. So, yeah. Okay, so based on that, it looks like 0, 4, 8 neutral, 6 against right now. 6 against? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, okay. Does anyone want to change their vote or have any other further comments about Potato Dumb Song? Hearing nothing, I think we're going to go with this result. So unfortunately, Potato is not promoted to conductor. Hopefully they will take that feedback into consideration. And that's it. Okay, moving on to the, I guess, the heart of the meeting, the community issues. The first one up is train carts. Frozen basically proposed this, though I do know there's a lot of other people working on it as well. How are we going to do this? Frozen, is there anything you want to say right now? You could type it in the meeting live channel, or I guess anything to add. I guess I think more importantly, maybe anything to add from the original proposal might be useful here. Not sure if Frozen got my message. He might be typing right now. Yeah, I think we'll just wait for Frozen.
For the record of the for the GSM recording, Frozen says, "Hello everyone, Frozen edition of the plugin trade cards the MRT server with the goal to improve the main meat of the server, transit."
Sorry, who said that?
Frozen said that.
Oh, he's saying it in the... Okay, I'm looking at the wrong channel.
Yeah, we made sure to identify what is missing and what is problematic with the plugin.
Okay. Yeah, the biggest problem at the start was the implementation of possible spam machines / lag machines. I brought this concern to the developer of train carts, Burger Killer. He was very responsive. I'm going to assume that's what we meant there. And we were able to identify specific specific. Okay, I'm not. Basically, so yeah, Frozen. We sent those concerns via Frozen. Frozen passed them on, and then Berg responded pretty quickly with new builds to address those issues. To be specific, things like a maximum number of carts per world. A limit to how many carts can be spawned within a certain time frame, like say, one train per 5 seconds or something like that. There's also a limit on how long a train is. That's 10 carts right now. Frozen says there are still some issues, but the majority is something that we can accept as a risk, as any other world issues may have. In the end, I think it is a huge beneficial addition to the server, and that this plugin will be a huge, immense addition to the MRT. If that any further questions, I am willing to answer. Okay, so I guess I'll ask staff here. What are your general feelings about the plugin, or anyone else really?
Well, when can we install it?
Yeah.
Okay, so does that sound like you just want it?
I think it would be really great for the server to just to have something that actually rides around the MRT. And I think a lot of people will use this plugin. I know quite a few people are. Well, I say quite. I know some people are against adding it, and I can see where they're coming from maybe. But I do think that it would be very beneficial even just bumping the amount of people playing on the server would be great on its own.
Okay, I'll read Simon's, at least part of Simon's. He was against the plugin, though his reasons are. I guess I'll just say the reasons here. So also Simon, this what you sent me might be out of date because you did actually go and test the plugin a bit after you sent your absentee ballot in. So if you want to update it, I guess please type it out in chat, I guess. So Simon says, I've expressed that I'm against the plugin. However, given the demand, I wouldn't be surprised if this has sufficient mass to be accepted. I unfortunately haven't been able to test the latest dev build, but you have. However, I wouldn't want the plugin to be implemented without us being able to turn our off effects at the server level. So for instance, a sign brought over in WorldEd schematic couldn't override our permissions, being able to keep chunks loaded or be invulnerable with God mode. Above this, I would like us to consider a server script that runs regularly and deletes all train carts that don't have someone riding them. So just so people understand so we have dealt with all the lag issues, or at least immediate lag issues, but there is one, I guess you could call it a vulnerability, where someone could, and we have brought it up with the TC dev, but we haven't really found a solution. Someone could, there's some signs that are disabled right now, so that control certain aspects about trains, specifically things like keep chunks loaded and invulnerability, just what Simon said. So keep chunks loaded basically keeps, as it says, keeps chunks loaded around the train, around that specific train, and invulnerability makes the train such that you can't destroy them. But I believe we tested and destroy all. There's a destroy all command that will be able to destroy it. So the vulnerability is, so even though the signs are disabled, I say a conductor or staff member could paste in a schematic that does have these signs, and those signs will actually work. It sounds like some sort of, it's basically bypassing the permissions of the train cards plugin, and just allowing those signs to be available. There's some other types of malicious signs as well. In my opinion, I think it is within the realm of it is a risk, but I think it's within the realm of acceptable risk. I don't think having that happening I don't think it's going to be too much of a problem. If it does happen, I think it can be tracked down, at least, like who pasted that. You can look at blocklogs to see who pasted that thing, and then if need be, I can look at the file server log and see who uploaded that schematic. So yeah, like it is an issue, but in my opinion, it's not a deal breaker, I would say. The lag stuff was a deal breaker, but as far as I'm concerned, I think that's resolved now.
So would it be, for example, possible to have a script which runs if TPS goes too low or something to clear all the carts then?
So the script is going to be, there's going to be some discussion about how technically feasible it is. Like, the easiest script I can see is, just like kind of like the world saves or the TPS counter we could just have an hourly script, or maybe half an hourly script or something, that runs the command destroy all in train carts. So if people know, destroy all, basically it doesn't touch any vanilla mine carts, it only touches the train carts and just wipes them off the server. When the server restarts, train cards does an automatic destroy all also. So if you're wondering where your train went, that's what's happening there. It's ensure to make sure there's no like loose or rogue train carts. There's trains that are still running about. Going back to the script, if you want to add like conditions, like if the TPS is low, or as Simon was suggesting, only train carts that have someone riding in them, that's going to be a bit more work, I think. I think especially if you're just going to detect if people are riding them, that sounds like you need a Java plugin or like an actual Minecraft plugin to do that.
I suppose with things like the Neo one bad chunk, that might not work so well with TPS check.
Okay. Is it? So Simon's pinging me saying you don't need. What do I don't need? I guess he's still typing here. Oh, you want to do train destroy. Okay, I understand. Okay, so what Simon's saying is there is a destroy command, but you can use special syntax to only do people who are not writing them, I guess. It sounds like we just need to research it more, just to really make sure that's a thing. And going back to what Frozen's saying. Okay. Yeah. These are all technical details. I think we can figure that out later, but it's definitely something we can look at in the future. But
I do think on balance that even with the risk, I think the benefits it bring to the server massively outweigh them.
okay. Are there any other concerns that you like? I have a couple, or maybe not concerns, but things we just need to note. But are there any other concerns outside of what's been discussed so far? Or I guess also any questions too, like how is the plugin going to work? So the plan is, I believe, Frozen and Ath, or with some help from Ath, is going to build a tutorial area on the lab world. I don't know how fast they can get that working, but I'm sure that once the plugin's installed, people are going to start wanting to know how to use it, right? Ath is doing manual train driving, and Frozen's actually doing most of the plugin tutorial, I would say. Which rank? Zuj is asking which ranks would have access to train carts. So right now, I think for now we're going to do trustee and above, just like a lot of other things on the server. So like vehicles and that sort of stuff. Yep, and I'm answering Pro's question as well. Yeah, so trustee, it will be the rank you'll need to gain use of this plugin. Okay. Not seeing anything else. The one thing I'll say is I am not looking forward to yes, we can install the plugin. I think there's going to be a lot of overhead of just maintaining it, perhaps. I might be wrong, but we'll see what happens. But in case if there are any issues, I think me and I'm basically going to probably the one that is mostly going to try to fix those, or pass them on to Frozen and the TC dev. There is one other thing, the tickets. There is a tickets feature in this plugin. I'm not sure if staff have played around with it. I have set it up the tickets feature to be staff only and above, because it does how the permissions work is it does allow you to, it's a management permission, so you can use it to like delete other people's tickets. So it should, any lower rank would probably not be a good idea. So staff will be staff. Just so you know, people will probably start asking you to create tickets for them, like ticket types, and spawn tickets for them. There's also a feature to make a ticket background, like a background image. Those ones, admins will have to basically admins would have to take an image file and upload it to the server, and then it would use that as the background image. So yeah, that's how that would work.
What the fuck?
And it also it did it did transcribe that. Yeah, Frozen's still working. Tuck's asking, would it make sense to perhaps make the request for tickets as a proposal? It could also just be a request to staff, because all it is please make it like, it's a request, make a ticket please, and maybe an image that goes along with it. Yeah, yeah. Proposal might be overkill for that. Pro is asking, would there be a rule for mods to paste TC schems to avoid discussed earlier? What exactly do you mean, Pro? Like, what rule? So just so the problem with world edit. So the thing is, it's the problem when people paste in schematics, like, generally we don't really double check that the player hasn't put anything malicious in them. Like, this could be train cart signs, but it could also be other things, like, someone could put in a bad Minecraft item, like some bad NBT. So I guess what you're saying is, should it just be mods who paste it in? But we can't really control that, because conductors can paste whatever schematics there is. So I don't think a rule would work there. Okay, let me just read here. Are we able to earn money with this ticketing system? I don't know if Frozen can answer that. I don't think there is. Fred played with it too, but... Yeah, I think we disabled that. Yeah. Yeah, I think what we did on beta is someone turned on there's a ticket sign, and then Time became the billionaire on the beta server, which is, yeah. Okay. Keep in mind, if you do find like a money exploit or something like that, please don't exploit it. Like, please report it to staff so we can put a stop to it. Because like a lot of people have tested the plugin on beta, and we try to go over every single thing we can, but it's very possible we might have missed something. So I hope there isn't such a thing, and the plugin will be okay on main server. But yeah. Okay. Anything else people want to add about the plugin? Any further questions, concerns? My plan was I'm probably going to try and install it tomorrow. tomorrow morning my time. Because when we were testing on beta, I did keep track of all the configs and the permissions that we need. So it's really just a series of just basically following what I did on beta and just following along with that. Because I guess there are logs for when you get money that can be used to check for these. There could be, but actually, I don't think Train Cards has those. So yeah, that would not. I don't think I've ever seen those sort of logs.
To check what I've got in the minutes, train carts to be installed on main server soon, probably Monday, December 11th. They will be limited to Trusty and Up. A Lab World tutorial area to be set up, Frozen and Athena to lead this. Ticket setup will be staff only. Tickets with background set up by admins. Charging for tickets will be disabled due to an exploit. And then limits... 10 carts total, 250 total up per world, 5 seconds between spawns per sign.
Yep, there's some other config settings too. One thing I'll note, those settings are just what we tested on beta so far. They seem okay, or at least acceptable. But just so people know, those settings could change without any prior notice. Like if we find that the plugin is causing too much lag, I could lower those limits down. Likewise, if I find that things are okay, maybe we could up those limits a little bit, but again, no guarantees. So those limits could change in the future. One thing to add, AP also, I think any ticket related requests should go through request to staff. We might need to add perhaps a Discord category for that. Oh, Fred. Okay, Fred has also a good point. If you want to write this one down, and also for the people. So if you're playing with the destinations feature in train carts, all destinations are all names for destinations are unique. So don't try to hog and just put in whatever. Fred is suggesting, I think this will be a standard that hopefully people will follow. Put in a prefix before your destination. So for example, the example Fred put on there is for Fred Rail, the prefix would be FR, and then the name of the destination after. This one's going to be hard to enforce, but I'm not sure if staff want to.
It's considering we already have to do. Considering there's already a thing like that with warps, where every warp must have a unique name. I don't think it's going to be that much of an issue.
Okay.
I think people will in time find a system that works.
Okay.
Prefixes seem a sensible starting place.
Okay.
That is not what I said.
Okay. You're looking at remixes. All right. Okay. Tuck's asking, are custom jingles a thing for train carts? That'd be cool. Okay. So, just to be really clear here, what we've tested so far on the beta server and what's coming to main is the basic train carts plugin. It actually doesn't have all the features enabled yet. There's things like, again, I don't know if custom jingles are a thing. We could look at that. There's also, all the trains are just vanilla, they look like vanilla minecarts, but there is a feature to basically make them look more like trains. That feature has not been enabled yet. We might try testing that on beta later, but not right now. We're just gonna put in the basic plugin, make sure it works, make sure it's, people are using it and it's not causing the server to fall over. And then later on we'll start adding, enabling other features, adding there are add-on plugins as well. We'll also look at that as also. So. Yeah, we are very much testing the waters. We are just, because this is a huge change to the MRT. There's no question about it. So we do want to make sure we're going to be pretty cautious and conservative here about how we're going to add things. Okay. Any other questions, concerns, things to bring up? I'm sure there's going to be a lot of questions in the days to ahead because people will just be trying to figure out how to use the plugin. Okay, I'm hearing nothing. I think we can move on. So we are going with the train carts plugin. It does seem a lot of people want it. So okay, 5A is done. We're moving on. Okay. Moving on to 5B. This is a thing that me and Tom have been talking about for like months now. So the Central City Flag Park right now next to Spawn is full. We can't add more flags to it right now, so we need a new flag park. I've proposed where it's going to go. It's going to be in the northeast corner of the city, in this sort of like untouched area. And Tom has proposed a design, a rough idea for a design of the new park. I did see some comments in the Discord thread, like against, like not really liking Tom's design. I did suggest to those people, if you don't like it, you can try suggesting a different design, but they haven't submitted one. So right now, the only design that we have is Tom's, or at least the design idea, I should say.
So Premier Mountain means that they're gonna put the Premier flags at the top of this hill.
That's what, when Tom explained it to me, that seems like what's going to happen.
That sounds pretty good.
Yep, I'm definitely not opposed to it. It's the premier cities kind of deserve a bit nicer of a spot, frankly.
I did see, I don't know if Fred's still here, but I did see he had an idea for, if you look on the picture for the design, there is that road. I don't know what the name of it is.
The A0.
Yeah, it does this weird curve into the area. I kind of wonder maybe like we could either cover it up on top and make a mountain that way, or maybe just move the road entirely. I'm not entirely sure why it curves like that. It's a little weird. But if you wanted to make a mountain, that would be, you could move the Premier Mountain on top of that, perhaps.
It probably made sense when it was first built.
Yeah. Actually, if you look at the design of all of Central City, that's the only place where the road curves like that. It kind of, if you straighten it out, it would look a lot more symmetrical. But I don't know the reason why the road is like that.
I think if you were to move it at this point, you would hit, I think it's Jonkeystown?
Yeah, perhaps. But the road was there before John G's Town, I think. So.
Yeah.
At the very least, you could straighten out the part that's below the plains and valley line, so it doesn't cross. It basically avoid crossing the forest line at all. Anyway, these are just ideas. I could bring it up to Tom if as an adjustment to the design.
I don't think it's absolutely essential as a change, though.
Okay. Any other comments, questions about this? Like, just to be clear, I don't think the flags are going to be moved until the design is ready. I think if approval, assuming we're going with Tom's design, I think we'll just let Tom work on this when he has time, I hope. And then once it's ready, then we'll start moving flags over. And to be clear, like I think we'll give an opportunity for people who are active on the server right now to move flags to outside of Premier Mountain and the Lost area, like anywhere they want. And then for any inactive towns, we'll start arbitrarily or randomly placing them there. The Lost Towns section apparently is for, I guess, towns where they don't exist anymore, or we don't know the status of. I'm not sure how many there are there.
Certainly Appleton.
Appleton would certainly count, yeah. Okay, I'm not seeing any much discussion here, so I think, are we just going to go with it?
Yeah, I'm happy to go over it.
Oh, Mrs. asking, would there be a benefit to having different parts of the park for each ward? To make finding towns based on their flags easier.
Maybe?
Maybe.
Or maybe just having coordinates on the flagpoles might help.
Coordinates on the flagpoles might be better, yeah. Because, I guess the one possible problem is if the ward area needs to be, you need to be able to adjust it, like make it bigger or smaller, because if there's like a lot of towns in one ward, it might get filled up quickly.
We can't say thou shalt not start a town in Ward 3.
Yeah, and I'm also not. The ward system's kind of. I don't know if people are really following that, so.
I think the only place it really gets considered that much is its original purpose of road numbering.
Pretty much, yeah. Missa, how about this? Do you want to bring that up with Tom if you ever see him, and maybe just suggest it as a thing, because it is basically his design. Again, and what he submitted was pretty rough. I'm sure he's open to moving at least something around if that'll make it better. Okay, thanks, Missa. Yeah, I do like AP's idea of coordinates on the flagpole. Yeah. And it does without the wards, it does at least allow people to put the flag where they want, or at least it'll give them most freedom to put them anywhere in the park. Yeah, Vicky's bringing up a point there. Like Ward 2, for example, has a lot less towns than most of the other. We are on 5B, or sorry, 5B.
As far as I can see it, I think we're wrapping up.
I'm still seeing people type in the thing live, so I'll let Vicky and Tuck finish here. Yeah. Yeah, the scriptly thing is just for Frozen. Most of the discussion will happen in this channel, since it is connected to the Minecraft server, which some people are on. Okay, seeing no more further questions, we're going to approve this flag park, at least the idea that we are going to move it. This is the go-ahead for Tom to start building in that area. And that's that. Okay, moving on to another Central City proposal that I haven't been working on it, but I have sort of like bothered to lead about it for a while, is the Big Board Center. Just so people know, because they've got a lot of new people here who probably don't know what this is. So Elite and PTLD used to have a place for big boards, which used to track basically, I guess, primarily U.S. elections, though I think some other elections were also covered as well. This was pretty close to the center of Central City, and I don't remember which year it was, but staff at the time didn't want something this political to be so close to the middle of Central City, because because guests could come on and maybe take it the wrong way. So it was decided to at least move those boards out from Central City. 2020-ish, I think it was. Yeah, I think Chief was the one who mainly pushed for that. I was kind of ambivalent about it, but so my opinion now is, I think this is Elite and PTLD's way of expressing themselves. This is what gives them fun, and as long as it's just tracking political things that are happening, like elections and results and that sort of thing, and as long as it's not within, like, right in the middle of smack dab of Central City, I don't think there's a big deal of having it somewhere in Central City. Hence, I did talk to Elite, and we did find a place. It's you can actually see it on Diamond. It's right next to the corporate court, south of the warp rail terminal.
If people in game teleport to me, I'm there now, at the proposed spot.
Yeah, it is marked in orange, and Elite said that this is more than enough room for their big boards. So, yeah. I don't know, who knew corporation politics were able to make? I don't know. The corporate court was made by LD. I don't think he's touched it in a long time. So, and I don't think it's been used in a long time. Yeah, it wasn't a plot. Originally, this wasn't a plot like right next to Central Park, so, or maybe very close. But this is I think far enough and large, and it's larger too. So I think the lead will be able to do that. And considering that next year, 2024, U.S. politics is going to go wacky because there's an election and all sorts of things happening. Probably best to approve it now, and then the league will be prepared to do that. And oh yeah, the British one too. Yeah.
Well, if it's here, it won't be smack bang next to Central Park.
Yeah. Again, if you don't want to deal with politics on there, you can always turn off P4. You don't have to visit this thing. But again, the point is, for some people, tracking election results or political things is fun for them. So might as well just give them. I don't think there's any harm in just giving them a place to do that. Okay. I'm not really seeing too much any comments against this. Should we just approve it and move on here?
Yeah, happy to see that.
I'm happy with that.
What is this? What is Yoshi saying here? Okay, that seems like some other thing. All right. Okay, 5C, Big Board Center is approved as proposed. Next up, all right, so, and then we're going to go to the last three here. These are mostly just year-end boring bureaucratic crap, so if you want to leave the meeting, that's fine. So 5D is disable VPN plans accepted for emergencies. Basically, I have noticed that there have been some people getting banned by the VPNs, but I feel like that was only in place because of Mercury, and some sometimes you get some banned players who just can't accept no as an answer. So, but that's not really been a big deal, and I feel like the VPN bans are actually doing more harm than good at this point. So we'd like to propose disabling. Basically, the plugin will still be installed on the server, but we'll just make it so that it logs. when people are using a VPN, just in case the admins need to go look through the log and see if that person was using a VPN before. If we do need to re-enable it, it does require a restart, but we can just change the config in the VPN plugin and just go back to what it was before. So yeah. I do also realize that there are some people from like mainland China who do have to use VPNs to get in here. So, you know, I don't want to block them out, like if they want to play on here. I guess I'll just ask: does anyone have an objection to this? Like, maybe do you think we'll be attacked more because if we disable it? Yeah, me and Simon did discuss it, and we're okay with doing this. Okay, some staff have chimed in. I think that's pretty okay. All right, 5D is approved. I'll probably set that up later today. I'll try to get that in before the restart, actually. Next up is 5E. I have to apologize for this one. I think staff might have, like, at least when I was reading the APSI about, I think staff might have misunderstood what I was trying to get at here. This is not a yes/no question. It's more of, well, the whole publicizing staff news is a yes/no question. But I did also ask staff to consider, like, there are different things that we post on staff news and other things that we post on notifications. Is there some things that we can maybe post on both locations, or just basically review all the different categories of things we post, which I didn't really get too many answers on, but yeah, it does sound like people are generally in favor, I think, at least of publicizing staff news.
Yeah.
Yeah, part of me was wondering how much we can kind of. I doubt it's possible for us to go back and say, you know, this is a sample from previous past news documents.
Yeah, I think that it would require a review of those old documents and just make sure there's nothing like specific there. But
yeah, I mean, I was gonna say I'd be happy to go through some of the old ones and just pick out things like town promotion and whatnot that we're happy to include, and maybe create some duplicates of the old ones that only have publicized information on them.
Okay. Simon said, I prefer that the staff news only items aren't posted to Discord, as I think this will clutter the channel, but I agree we can publicize staff news document. I can understand that. I guess the counterpoint to that is, I guess the thing I was worried about is, it is kind of like we have to keep. If something is posted on both, then it's easier to just remember to post to both. If it has to be just like on one of them, then we have to remember that, right? Like, it's, and to be fair, I think we've been kind of inconsistent with like what things go where. So I'm just basically I'm asking staff, can you look over this list and just tell me if there are any things that could be moved or could be changed here. Or if you think the list is okay as it is, we can go with that. But I mean, there's going to be some things that are just stuck on staff only, or staff news only, I should say.
I mean, I do think actually maybe agree with Simon a bit on cluttering the notification channel, because there are a lot of things in staff news which get posted on there every day that maybe don't be in the Discord notification channel, that they're not really notifications. So
yeah,
things like username, things like staff news notifications, account transfers. I don't think that necessarily has to be notifications. It's barely relevant to other players.
Yeah.
And of course,
what's the purpose in the notification channel in the first place then?
Hold on, is it though? Because if someone, is it? I think it was relevant to players because if someone changes their name or their account, like that's going to be their new identity going forward. And if it was at least announced in notifications, then at least there's a heads up, right? Like they'll see that, oh, this used to be, like, to give a recent example, oh, it's airplane 350 who used to be 320. It's different. The names are similar enough, but if it was a case of like completely different names, then maybe.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's like station renames. I wouldn't say that would go in notifications.
Yeah. Okay.
One example. So I think it's a notification channel. Unless we're changing the purpose of the channel to be just general information updates, maybe.
Yeah, I'd agree that some of them are spammy, like the app rejections, the guest bans. That would get a lot.
I think looking through actually, I think the majority of things on there would actually go in notifications anyway now. Or the things that appear the most, but it's the other things.
Simon says, so to clarify, Simon, yeah, what I'm proposing is just for 2024 and forward. If we want to go back to look back at the older staff newses, we could, but I think that might be a whole other proposal. That's a whole bunch more work. But what I'm proposing right now is just 2024. That's kind of why I'm proposing it now, before 2024 starts. Yeah. Yeah, it is a huge task.
I think if we do go back, probably 2023, maybe 22, but further back than that, I don't think is particularly useful.
Yeah.
But for the base thing of we are publicising staff news from 2024 onwards, I'm in agreement.
So are we just not changing the list of items then? We're just gonna status quo?
Looks like it, and it looks like the transcript bot has crashed.
Oh.
Oh, did it?
Hello, hello, hello.
Oh, it looks like it did. It's not in the stage anymore.
Well, let me reactivate it. Hold on. Test. Hello. Hi.
Hello, hello.
There it goes. Okay. I guess I don't think it was a time limit. How long was that? It was an hour and a half. I guess I just got tired. Okay, so I guess we're going to approve this. So 2024, starting 24, the staff news document will be public. The list of things that we announce, as you see on the agenda right now, and how have we done it before, that's going to stay the same. So again, if you want, notifications is going to show you a lot of things. If you want more, I guess esoteric things, you can always look at staff news. Yeah, that's true. So it'd be an hour. I don't know. I'm not sure if there's a time limit on that transcription bot, but at least if it does, then at least we'll know next time. Okay, so 5E is approved. Yay. And finally, 5F. I think as far as I know, I don't think anyone's really said no to this. Though to be fair, I've proposed this in years before, and there have been staff members who said no, they prefer the alternating GSM dates, and was probably why we never changed it. But now I haven't heard anything negative against this. So, are people in favor of this? Of just putting GSMs on Saturdays only, starting from next year?
Let's face it, this is a Sunday GSM. If we had any sort of disagreements with moving it to Saturdays only, it would probably be more likely to be said today.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what my schedule is going to look like next year, but we'll see.
Again, the benefits, if it was just always on Saturday, then people, I hope that it makes it easier for people to remember and stop asking, like, is the GSM today? Well, I don't know. I don't look at events or anything. I don't look at the events calendar. I don't look at the
I do
LC.
frequently forget.
Oh, okay. I know people ask anyway, but I'm just like, I post it all over the place. Like, you can just quickly look. Okay, I haven't seen any dissenting opinions here. So, yes, let's do it Saturday. Yay. Okay, so 5F is approved. That's the end of the meeting. However, we do have a Q&A portion, and I think there is also something that I dread very much, is the trustee meeting notes, because I thought it was dead. I thought I killed it, but it's come back to life.
Yay.
SMH. Okay,
Elite. Elite, do you want to come up and speak here? I should have rejected your big board center because you did this. I'm not gonna be like that. All right, Elite, come up here. How do I do this? How do I?
Oh, where did it go? There he is.
I've placed the meeting document in front of you, sir.
I'm not gonna read it. Just say it.
The MRT Trustee Association Trustee Meeting for December 2023. Meeting room Ariza, Admod Building, the Honorable Elite Neon Speaker. Nominations. The Skibbity Toilet Frumple Edition is now trustee in a vote of 5-1. The Carrero Platoon is now trustee 5-0. Harry Beck is now trustee 6-0. Danny's Bottle of Fresh Milk is now trustee 5-3. Motion to move to general bullshit passed 3-0. General business. Motion to give the Trustee Association the authority to decide where the GSM is held passed 4-0. Motion to ban heterosexuality in order to align with the sacred values of homocracy passed 2-0. Motion to remove blue and yellow from the MRT logo denied, for in this house the Michigan Wolverines are heroes and that's final. Big tone. Motion to cancel train carts in favor of footpaths passed 4-0. Motion to make Wisconsin illegal passed 5-1. Motion to replace the word toilet with skibbity in all languages, so after the words I will need to use the skibbity. Tied 2-2. Tied 2-2, speaker votes present, so actually, no, I will have to use the toilet later. Point 7, motion to make stealing copper from public buildings and infrastructure legal, passed 2-0. Motion to defund Ohio State University in order to redirect funds to public transit in the Superior State of Michigan, passed 1-0. The Panera Charge Lemonade is now trustee through a speaker's motion, 3-0. Motion to induce... Oh, that's an oopsie. Motion to induce global warming and raise the sea level 3 blocks higher for all of the New World, passed 2-0. Motion to adjourn, passed 1-0. I, His Excellency, the Honorable and Gallant Member for Benyon South, Elliott, Stable, and Neon, Speaker of the MRT Trustee Association, do hereby certify these results to be the undemocratic will of the MRT Trustee Association and its unelected Speaker. Go Blue, FSU round.
Okay.
Transcription bot's gonna have a field day with that one.
Oh! Did you not let go? Did you not let go of your voice chat button after all that, Elite? Because it's
oh boy, it's gonna chug. Oh, there it is.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
Yep. Okay. All right.
Well.
Moving on to real business. Before we go to the Q&A, just one thing I want to mention. We sort of made this idea just before the staff meeting. I think what we're going to do for next year is we're gonna have some. I think we're gonna set up some sort of form or something for people to submit location suggestions for the GSM, because we had some trouble trying to just decide. So we're gonna have a list. We're gonna make up a list of places that people have submitted, and then I'll talk to Simon about this when he gets back. We're gonna use his wheel that you probably saw last time to select the GSM location. I think this will be a lot more fun than just choosing whatever. So, okay, Q&A time. Questions, please submit. Ath has a question. So, you might need some staff assistance here, but clearing out the... So right now at the Lab World spawn, there's one corner dedicated to the lift plugin. I think you just need to use one of the other corners for that. Yeah, I think we just need to clear out one of the other sections. Oh, AST is there. Warp is the third. Is there a fourth? What's the fourth one then? Okay. I'll look there and figure that out after. I think Simon was looking in there too. But yeah, we'll figure out a place for that. Foot, yes, go do your homework. Do it now. Any other questions? Any other comments about anything that's been discussed? It's the last Sunday GSM, so you might as well ask anything, I guess. I don't know.
Sunday, Sunday, Sunday.
Oh, you're still here, Lee. Go get
No. Shoo.
Tuck is asking, what are the other features that train carts might potentially have that might be implemented later down the line? So, one of them I mentioned was basically trains that don't look like regular mine carts. Like, if you look at the plugin page, you can make trains look like, you know, actual trains in real life. It does require, I'm not sure what the requirements are for it, and Frozen actually doesn't know anything about this part of the plugin because it's very new. But it's something we will investigate later, probably on beta. Just so people know, so when train cards will be installed tomorrow, and then it's going, beta server is going to switch over to basically test 120.4, which just came out. I'm still waiting for, paper's actually not ready. I'm still waiting for plugins to be updated. So probably for the next month or so, maybe into January, that's what we'll be testing. And then after that, we'll come back to train carts and train cart add-ons, and we'll test those out. One thing to note, if you've been testing on beta server and you've built stuff on there, like Fred, maybe, if he's still here, and you want to move them to main server, you need to let me know very soon, because I'm going to be wiping beta server when we'll start testing 120.4. Just to make sure everything's fresh and clean and all that. So again, I'm going to reset the world for 120.4. If you have anything on there on beta that you want moved over to main, please let me know, because otherwise it's going to get wiped. Yeah, the thing is, you can save schematics, but you can't use file server to look at beta server schematics. The admins only have access to that. So you have to ask either me or Simon if you're transferring things from beta to main. Any other final questions, comments, concerns, complaints? Okay, okay, I think the meeting's done. Surprisingly, it only took a hour and a half for something that people were thinking was going to take a long time, so. Okay. Oh, wait. Power. Oh, power. Hold on. Power,
Yeah, Power Miner and Yoshi Pie.
Okay. Yeah, you guys, we can't. When you raise your hand, it barely shows. So we can't. We don't know. Okay, Power Miner, go ahead.
Yeah, that's the problem at all. That's why I'm a bit sleepy, so I'm gonna try to phrase it. This is guess I'm sort of bending the rules. It's not really a question. It's just more of a general comment. I'm really honored to be become a conductor today. It's nothing that I would ever take for given, and I'm just really happy. I just want to say thank you to the entire MRT community for being a place that I wanted to be for the past almost 10 years now. So I'm happy to serve and learn on the job. It's just really that.
Okay.
Yeah, also good luck to Potato next time for applying.
Okay. All right. Thanks for that. And Yoshi wanted to come on here. Let's see here.
Flumple, what are you gonna do on Sundays now?
What am I gonna do on Sundays? Why are you asking? That's a very personal question. Why are you asking that?
You have no GSMs to do now, so I mean, the answer can be just as simple as life.
Yes, that's going to be my answer. Life. I'm going to do other stuff, and not have to worry about alternating GSMs. And what we're trying to remember. Oh no, is it GSM today or? Yeah. So.
All right, cool. Thanks for your answer.
Okay. These questions are just getting weirder and weirder. Okay, can we end the meeting, please?
Never.
Yes. Okay. Goodbye, everyone. Thanks for attending. Once again, train cards coming tomorrow, hopefully. Assuming that nothing happens. And that's it. Bye-bye.